Good evening, everyone. This reading is for Ashanti Billie. She is the 19-year-old young lady who went missing about 2 weeks ago. I just want to give you a little background about myself. I am what is considered clairvoyant or intuitive. Some people will say a medium or psychic. I've been able to interpret spirits through dreams, through visions, and they also speak to me a lot, especially at night, and sometimes throughout the day. Now, Ashanti Billie's case is very sensitive, and by no means am I trying to offend or upset anyone. I just want to help get to the bottom as to what happened to her. So tonight I'm going to do a Mystic 7 spread, and I'm going to actually perform the spread so that you can see how I do the spread, and I'll be able to explain the cards to you and give you my interpretation on what happened to her. Now, mind you, I'm going to be a beacon for her, which means I'm going to translate what she's saying, and any information that she has I'm willing to share. I don't know anything else about the case besides the same stuff that you guys know. So mind you, this interpretation can be very sensitive, but I also feel like this will help give her a voice and kind of express like what happened to her and maybe give a little bit more insight and information. Again, I don't know the family, I don't know her, but my heart goes out to her, and I feel touched, by her to be able to help shed some insight. And maybe once the news breaks, my reading will help shed light on the case, and you guys can always come back and say, you know what, Andre, your intuition and your abilities were accurate and were right. So the information I'll share tonight, I'm going to give you the backstory on what happened to her. You can go look at the internet or videos and catch up on the case. But I'm going to share information that she shares with me through my reading, through dreams, and through any information or visions or images that she sends me from what happened. Again, this is the interpretation that I'll be getting from the spirits, and I don't want you guys to hate me or be upset because it is a very, very sensitive subject. There's a young lady that lost her life, but again, I would like to help her get justice for what happened to her and what's going on. Okay, so a little information about Ashanti Billie. Shortly before 5 a.m., she drove through the gates at the military base. She was last seen September the 18th. She worked at the Joint Expeditionary Base in Little Creek, Virginia. Her phone was found later that same day in a dumpster in Norfolk, Virginia. Her car was found a week later in Ocean View, Virginia. She had only been living in the area, basically near the naval base or at the naval base, for about a month. Her remains were found behind a church in Charlotte, North Carolina, more than 300 miles away from where she lived. Okay, so I'm going to do a Mystic 7 spread, and in this spread, I'm asking her to speak through me and let me know what happened to her. She may be able to give me names, she may be able to give me visions, she may be able to give me more information as to what possibly had taken place that night or morning that she had gone missing. Okay, so I'm going to start with card number 1. Card number 1 shows what is going on now with her. Card number 2 will show me any obstacles that was in her way. Card number 3. Card number 4. Ashanti Billie, I take this time to ask you to speak through me and use me as a beacon, as a vessel, as to what happened to you that night or the days that you were missing. We come in peace, and we want you to be able to channel your thoughts and your feelings, um, images, with words, sounds as to what's going on, so that we can better help solve your case and bring you justice so that you may continue to rest peacefully. Here's a layout of the spread. As you can see, I did the spread with you on camera so that you can understand exactly what's going on. And I'm going to interpret this reading with the information that was given to me through visions and through thoughts. Okay, so card number 1 is the High Priestess. That indicates that her mother is coming to her aid or to her rescue. It shows that this is also a warning for her, that some of the facts in this case is concealed, or some information that is important will later come out in this case, or will later be displayed, basically, and she knows this. Also, some information to her is still unclear. What I can tell you is that her and her mother is really close. And the second card that was pulled is the Empress. So, her mother would be the High Priestess. Ashanti Billie would be the Empress, which is very motherly, and they're very, very close. They have such a close and strong bond. This shows that her mother is her helping hand, and her mother means everything to her, and their bond is so powerful, that even this obstacle that's in their way, I feel as though her mom is going to be the reason, for her seeking justice. And because this case was able to get so far is because of her mom. Is what she's telling me. Like, her mom is just super close to her, and she just gives me this feeling that her mother is just everything. And it just touches my heart, because I can tell the emotions that she sent through me, and what she's letting me know is just like, she's not letting me forget that how important her mother is to her, and that basically she's feeling that her mother is going to be the one to give her justice. And she can tell that people love her and support her, but she just keeps indicating that her mom is the one. So we get to card number 3, which is the Sun. Is a card that I pulled when doing her reading. The Sun basically is indicating that there's some brightness. This is also a card showing that this person who took her life, she was in love with. She was in love with him, and this is a male. And the reason why I know this is a male is because not only do I sense it, but the card that was right next after the Sun is going to be the Emperor. The Emperor is a very strong male influence, but I'll get to that. let me just go over the sun, and also what she sent to me in my thoughts and in my visions. She was in love with this person. He's a male figure, and I can tell and I can feel that it's a male. I also can see that it's a male. Even in afterlife, she still loves him. She was in a relationship with this person, or was going to have some type of relationship, or she knew him. I don't want to uh, put this on anyone, but I know that this was a male, and I know that she loved this person, whoever this guy was. She wanted a future with him at some point, maybe even a family or kids. She was taking a huge chance with this person, and this person led her on to believe that he was the best thing for her. I kind of feel like he must have wanted her to go somewhere with him or talk to him, and she, against her own better judgment, she did. She did go with him because she trusted that this person, um, with a lot, and she obviously loved him. I don't know if this was like a male friend or, how well she knew this person, but what she's telling me and showing me is that she really loved this person, and even in the afterlife, she's still saying that she loves them. Okay, so next card that we get is the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman represents sacrifice. She sacrificed a lot, and in turn, her trying to help this person that she loves, or this male, her life was taken. I feel like she's showing me that she was either strangled or choked. And this also indicates death of some sort, some type of loss. She feels as though she should have been careful. She tried to break things off with this person, I feel, for something new, which cost her her life. And that's when they met up. Things were rushed, is what I'm seeing and what I'm getting. Like something happened where things were rushed. She wanted to help him, but she was unsure about what his intent was with her. So this altercation, or what happened, was not planned, but it's like he called her for something or asked her to meet up with him because he needed help with something or wanted to talk to her about something. And something happened very, very fast where this was like so rushed, it wasn't like a lot of time. This happened really fast. She was going to, I believe, break up with him or break things off with this person. And I feel like this person must have snapped or something happened. But I do feel like she was going to cut some type of friendship off, or she no longer needed to talk to this person. She knew this person, or this person knew her or knew of her. The next card I pulled was the Death card. Okay, and the Death card is very, very painful. So this was a painful ordeal. This is very hard for me to talk about, and again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I cannot help that, energy and spirits, and she's really speaking to me, and I'm trying to help bring, justice for her and give her a voice, and hopefully this can help. And maybe once this comes out, you guys will see that, don't have any additional information from anywhere else. This is all intuition and what's being pulled, what she's showing me and giving me. So her death was painful. She lost her life. This was very, very dramatic in the ending, and it almost makes me want to cry because I could just feel that, she lost her life. And she showed me that she lost her life in a field, which we do know her body was found, behind a church. But she did show me that she lost her life in that field. It was grass. It was like flowers or grass around. Like she was alive for a little while. And at that point when she was there, she lost her life and she must have been put there. But she does show me the grass and the flowers, and she her life ended basically when she reached Charlotte, is what she's telling me. Then we can see the Emperor card, which was right next to the Empress and also to the Death card. So, remind you, the Emperor card is a very powerful or strong male influence. Now, this powerful influence is a male. I feel like he was a companion, and this is what she's also telling me, and the cards explain to me that this was a male. This is a person of authority, and he has some type of military background or some type of law enforcement background. Like, this person knows, um, you know, that type of like military or structured life. This person was overly dependent, and he was very possessive of her. Um, I believe his birthday could have been maybe March or April. I'm not sure, but it just shows that he has a very strong like personality, and I feel like he is a lighter brown skin. Maybe like he presents himself to me as like he's biracial, um, and he could be like biracial mixed with black or something. He's not dark. He's a lighter brown skin, tan male, I should say. Um, he he has facial hair, like a small beard. Um, his eyes look very charming. He could be about 5'9", 5'10". He's a quiet type of person. And she showed me that he was wearing a sweater at one point. And then she also shows me that image of him wearing like a polo style shirt. I don't know if that makes, any sense, but that's what I see. He has a very low haircut. Um, he also has a male friend. To me, I feel like that knows about this, or that he may have confided in, or may have helped him in some type of way. And I just believe that this is another male somehow knows. I don't know how much he's involved, but he has a male best friend or some type of friend that knows. Um, and this male friend, to me, is showing me that he's like a darker brown skin male. Um, and I just feel like they are not worried that they will be found or caught, but I hope that they are. Um, because in the vision, it just shows that they were, like, they felt they were justified by this in some way. And almost like he could have done this out of a jealous rage, or maybe he felt like she was moving on with someone else, and so he convinced her to come with him, and then he snapped on her. And I feel like there was a struggle that took place, and I feel like he did hit her. I feel like he was also abusive in some way, but he was quiet about it. And I don't know why he was so angry and upset, but you can see the anger in his eyes, and he he is a charming person, but he has a very sinister, aggressive, dark side to him. But he thinks he's justified by what happened, and he shouldn't feel that way, but he does. So maybe he has some mental issues. I don't know, but that will hopefully come out. Um, Before I wrap this up, I wanted you guys to know that this video is longer because I feel like this video needs to be shown, and I hope that you guys are open to my reading, and hopefully what I'm saying will aid in, the case, or eventually when the things come out, maybe it'll show that, my thoughts or what she was showing me, like, in some way can help. Again, this is not to upset anyone. I don't know anything more about the case than anybody else does than what's already put out there, but I'm telling you, this is what I've been shown, through my psychic interpretation. So the last card is the Chariot. And what she's basically telling me is that she's gone through a journey. And the final outcome is that she put up a long battle. She was with him, and she was exhausted. I'm getting that she was in the car, she was with him for a while, and I felt like she was afraid of him to get help or, say anything to anybody. I don't know if she was tied behind her hands or somehow incapacitated, but she was so afraid at the same time. Even though she cared about this person, she was afraid to like make a move or say something to do something because of his, rage or the intensity. Um, she just let me know that she was very, very exhausted. Um, this will not be an easy case to solve, and she's letting me know that as well. But she is ready to put up a fight. She said she knows that good news is coming, and there is going to be honor, in her name. And so she knows that justice will be served at some point, but she also feels like this is going to be a long battle. Um, I do feel like um, this person may try to cover up his tracks, but I hope that they're able to get some type of photo or sketch of this person and, look into, maybe a male that she knew. I don't know if they're going to find this information on her phone or on any cameras, but I do feel strongly like this was a male, this was a guy, this was a guy that came to pick her up or that he led her to where he was, and ultimately something took place. He premeditated this. He knew in his head how angry and upset he was, and he went ballistic, So yeah, that's just what I feel. Please, you can comment and let me know if you feel like I was able to, voice some things, and hopefully Ashanti will be able to get the justice that she needs. And I hope my intuition helps. And I'll be looking to do more cases. And again, this is not for likes and views. I love to use my gift, and sometimes it is very exhausting to use my gift because I'll get migraines and I'll get psychic headaches. Sometimes I'm attacked, spiritually with nightmares and all types of things. But this is just something that I can't help, and I've always seen, spirits sometimes, and it scares me. One time I did see a spirit, and the emotion that this entity or spirit gave me was a lot of sadness, and I just cried. And my friends did not believe that I saw a woman walk in the hallway in her house. It was my best friend, and she did not believe me. And it didn't hurt my feelings, but I knew I wasn't making it up, and I told her, why would I just start crying for no reason? And I knew what I saw that night. So this was about 8-9 years ago, and so ever since then I've been able to pick up on my ability and talk about my visions and my intuitive gift. And so again, please let me know if there's any other cases or unsolved things that you would like me to try to read, and I will do my best. Hopefully the next things that are coming up is, I know a few people wanted me to do a reading on Tupac to figure out what happened to him, do a reading on the massacre in Las Vegas. I also would like to do a reading for JonBenet Ramsey to help with her, to see if I could pick up on anything with that. And I'll be looking into do a few others. So thank you again for watching this video.